Hello and welcome, my name is Frank Fischer, and in this short video I would like to show you how you can use the DeepCode plugin for Sublime. For this I have a Linux machine here and I installed Sublime, and I also installed the DeepCode plugin already. There's another video I will link in the description below where I show how to install it. It's not a big deal, but there's a video that shows you. In this video we'll actually follow pretty much exactly what we have here on the GitHub repo of the Sublime plugin. So here's a README that you can find. I will also link this in the description below. And there are pictures and everything that kind of explains exactly what I will do here in a second. Okay, so here we have Sublime Text, and I opened a new folder, new in the sense that that was never seen before by DeepCode. And the first thing that DeepCode does is it actually asks you, are you allowing us to scan your code? We take this serious. So if you don't give us the allowance to do that, we won't touch anything. If you give us the allowance, we will actually, and you can see this here, generate a bundle, use this bundle to start the analysis in the cloud, and then come back with the results out of the analysis. The first thing that I want to show you is if you are in any editor window, and you see this is like an empty editor here, and you right click, you see DeepCode being part of the context menu. And you can see you can start a reanalyzing of the project here. So with this, the project will be reanalyzed. The same thing happens whenever you save the project. So you can, so to say, either save it and it will be reanalyzed, or if you want to trigger it, you can trigger it here. Show results in the results panel. This is exactly what happens down here. And here you get to the settings. There is another way to get to the settings. So if you go on preferences, package settings, DeepCode AI, here you get also to the settings. And here are the settings, which token there is, what service URL you're using, enable or disable linters, what projects are already consented. So which projects are you have given us the allowance to kind of scan and see the results. And this is actually if you install your Python 3 in a different so to say directory in a different environment, you can give us here a hint where to find it. Standard, and you see this is a standard installation, standard Ubuntu installation 2004. It works just fine. And you see this is what we actually have here. Yeah, nothing so super special. Okay, good. So we have done this, and now we saw DeepCode came back and it found problems, and we can drill down on these problems and literally have a look. So by double clicking on it, I actually be navigated into the code where the suggestion, so to say, is pinpointed or is pointing me to. If I hover over it, I see the explanation again. What is the issue here? As I see it down here, and there are two options here: ignore for line or ignore for file. So if you want DeepCode to ignore this issue, because it's test code or it's something you are aware about and you just want to ignore it, you can either do this when hovering about it. Let me hover about it by going down. Let me get it. There we go. I'm a bit nervous tonight. So go here and say ignore for line or ignore for file. Or you can do the same using the fields down here with ignore line, ignore field. And if you do that, you actually trigger to insert a comment above. So with this command, DeepCode ignore SQLi, you are asking DeepCode to ignore the following comment. And you can do this for this issue at hand here, or you can do it for the whole file. So that this issue will not be seen anymore. And here you have the opportunity to get a comment. And the comment, the idea with the comment is that you can tell your colleagues, why did you, so to say, ask DeepCode not to find this anymore because it's test code, or whatever the reason is that you have to do that. There's actually another opportunity to do this, which is a file called .dcignore. It's pretty much the same thing that gitignore is, so it has the same syntax with how gitignore does it. And I will link you resources in the description below this video showing you how you can use it. In a way, that pretty much was it regarding what you have in here. It's a pretty straightforward thing. You see the results and you can, so to say, hover the results here. If you want to have more information, a different view, etc., there is this thing here, which is see the results in the dashboard. If you click on this, you will actually be transferred to your browser. And what we do is when we analyze the code, we cache the results for roughly 24 hours on the machine in the backend on the cloud. And you can literally review your results, your suggestions also in the typical DeepCode UI in the cloud. And as you can see, it's a typical DeepCode UI that you know and that you can, so to say, use in the browser. Nothing special here. Good. Okay, that was what I wanted to show you. This is how you can use and interact with DeepCode in Sublime. And looking forward for you using our Sublime plugin. If you have any feedback or any wishes, what we should do, what we should add, please do not hesitate to tell us. And see you the next time. Thanks for watching, but now it's your turn. Go to deepcode.ai and check out what DeepCode can do for your code.